Orlando, we have roughly a 15% rate of poverty, which is about 2 percentage points higher than the national average. Well, 2 percentage points, in a community of 2.5 million people, that's a lot of people. We're talking close to 50,000 people here. And in Orlando, the estimates are somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 to 45,000 people are living in extreme poverty any given moment in this community. A lot of those are children. And that's a really scary statistic. You talk about it would fill the Amway Arena twice. That's the number of people living in extreme poverty. It's living on or subsisting on $2 a day or less. A third of all Americans have at least one arrest on their record. And that's a hard statistic to believe, but that's a Department of Justice stat. And when you look at 34% of all Americans having at least one arrest, right, 3% of every household in this community goes through eviction every year. So the gap that was missing was there's plenty of programs out there for people who have a GED and have no criminal background record, have reliable transportation, reliable childcare. And unfortunately, there weren't a lot of programs out there that would help people who had no education and had a criminal background record or some other barrier to employment. So the purpose of Unite Against Poverty is to inspire and empower families to lift themselves from a place of poverty to economic self-sufficiency. So we still operate a grocery program as we have now for 18 years. We're now seeing close to 600 people a day that come through the doors here in Orlando. It's an amazing sight. It never ceases to amaze me how many people tend to come here every single day. We still are averaging now about 15 new people a day registering for that program every day, 7 days a week.
I use the grocery program. I've used it since I came into the STEP program. With not having a job, your budget is tight. Sometimes, you don't have those flexibility, so you gotta eat. So they've helped me a lot to keep yourself healthy and mentally right and everything. So the grocery program is awesome. They've helped me out a lot.
It helps me budget my money because that's money I'm not spending. I can keep my bank account towards my house.
So years into the grocery program, it became apparent that we could actually address other needs than just food. So we were setting up folding tables and allowed other organizations to come in and talk to people about whatever their needs happen to be, medical, transportation, you name it. That folding table concept had actually grown into what we refer to as our Life Enrichment Center. So the original grocery, which was a very small space, is now the Life Enrichment Center. We also have our own counselors who will visit with people and try to guide them on a path to self-sufficiency through whatever best means is available to them. So the STEP program was all about trying to make sure that we fill the gap in the community that we felt was missing, and also to make sure that the people we were helping get into jobs were staying in those jobs.
I just didn't have the confidence. And then I had a friend that I had met through a support group actually recommend the STEP program to me. And the skills they gave me for it is building a resume and then doing mock interviews was amazing.
And so I'm glad that I came because it's really built up my confidence. And I got a job right off the bat. And so I've been pretty lucky, actually.
When I first started coming here to class, I had a fear of going out by myself. The last time I had gone out by myself, I always had to have somebody go with me. Now I just jump on the bus and go wherever I want to go.
I like the STEP program. It kind of let me drop some barriers now, on some walls, and be more open, and feel comfortable being open.
The most important aspect of the organization is that angle of people's chins, that people are not embarrassed to be here. They're proud to be here because they're supporting an organization publicly, and we're so proud of the work that we're doing, and the dignity of the people using it and how they feel about their experience here is so important to us. I feel very, very strongly that the process in this case is the product. The process that we use to help people help themselves is the best thing we do.
Everybody needs a little help and everybody needs push. That was my main thing. I always was like, I didn't need nobody to help me. I could do it on my own. When you really can't do it on your own.
Little by little, putting my life back together and putting all the pieces back in place.
I am very grateful for all the help that STEP and UP has dealt with in dealing with my situation. I'm happy to get a paycheck next, working on, rebuilding my future. And the future is actually looking pretty bright. It's day by day.